his head.
Oh, look, I've got a theory that I was going to speak about during the pre-match, but we just got, you know, into the more important stuff of the kangaroo stacking. But if Chiefs win this map, if they somehow pull Nuke out of the hat, I'm going to call it that Chiefs win 2-1.
Whoa! Sticking with your prediction. Ooh, bowling on that HE grenade. You love to see it. APOC's going to find that pick with the USP as well. But in the meanwhile, do have AVANT into this 3-on-4. They have got that secret control, and they've got APOC sneaking out door and down the vent as well.
Oh, sharp. Soju, 2 quick ones. APOC now last alive in the 1v4, and we've seen him win these before, but not this time. Soju's here to play.
Gorgeous. 3K with the USP. What do you think about that, Jordan? Give me an adjective.
Kangaroo.
That's a noun. Jordan.
Kangaroo.
It's still a noun.
Kangaroo, man. That's just so kangaroo, man.
Kanga?
See, that's like an adjective. You can use it like an adjective.
Do you know what a kanga is?
Yeah, kangaroo.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. Anyway, moving on. Round 2.
So, like, is this like diggity and nana? You're just going to start saying kangaroo all the time?
Kinda. It's a slang term for something. We can't go too much deeper into this one, unfortunately. But maybe one day you'll learn a bit of culture. But beautiful nade, Zeph, straight on the face there.
Again, beautiful bowling from both sides.
Fellas,
usually teams only take turns batting and bowling, but they're both bowling today.
Round for round. That's some good chip damage, but Zeph continues to fight for now. He's gone very deep. Bit of fight through the smoke there, and another Hazard almost finds a headshot. He had a bit of a slow start on map number 1 today, and he wants to make up for it here and now. Sterling knocks them down a notch. Apoc's fallen, but Zeph and Vexite, they're looking to close this round out before they get a chance, but Sterling, the man is just tapping heads left, right, and center. Soju does his best Sterling impression, and it's Blitz, last alive in a 1v3 to clutch it. But look, 48 seconds. The bomb is all the way back in T-spawn. He's just looking to do damage at this point.
Looking for the frags. Looking to pad the HLTV rating. But he's not going to get any of that. Soft Nuke gets the easiest shot of his life. Just turns around. What are you doing, mate? What are you doing trying to sneak up my ladder?
Yeah, cheeky little bugger. What are you doing up here?
Well, that's AVANT. They're going to have to take a save heading into the next round. Chiefs looking pretty good. Starting to build up there.
So you guys obviously can't see what's happening right now. Jordan is continuing to try to stack these kangaroos on Pilly's head. And Pilly is doing such a professional job not reacting to having kangaroos put on his forehead. Oh, that's pretty pog. That's pretty pog. Look, yeah, the game's going, but Jordan just stacked the kangaroos into a pyramid. It's pretty nuts. Anyway, off Nuke, he's going to be taken down by Hugh in the corner. Nice little shot with the Glock there.
The Deegs, the pistols. Are they going to win this for AVANT? What a shot from Sterling. Crosshair placement on point. Now Vexite, he's trying to go on a bit of an excursion out long, out into outside. Needs to be careful, doesn't get caught off guard by that secret player. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. Now Soju starting to walk towards Megaton, wondering where it's all gone wrong. Where are all of his friends? And
you've got AVANT. They realise that Soju is that unders player. They know that he should be down there. They take the risk, go and plant straight away. And now Soju just has to burn this time and try to make his way into heaven to go for the retake, but that might not even happen. Positioning just too strong. Blitz reacting just in time. Soju hoping for something on the ladder. Well, but he can't get a thing.
That's the AUG picked up and 2 Famises for AVANT. So not only do they win that round, but they scavenge themselves some weapons. And now Chiefs in a bit of an awkward position. They might have to force Spy into this next round.
That's a bit of an uh-oh of a round.
Bit of an oopsie.
Bit of an oopsie. So much money in the tank for AVANT after winning on the pistols.
Bit of a kangaroo maybe, Jordan.
Sometimes you just feel a bit kangaroo, you know. Are you feeling kangaroo today, Mac?
I don't know what that feeling is.
Just look it up. It's an adjective in the dictionary. It's a describing word.
True. Well, it's actually the save from Chiefs. They don't force Spy. What do you think about that, Jordan?
It's pretty kangaroo to me. Looking pretty kangaroo. Well, AVANT make their way down secret, and since Blitz has been spotted, but that's not too big of a concern for him until APOC dud takes his head off with the USP, and APOC will also lose his life. So 1 Mac-10 gone, but more importantly, 1 Krieg.
Org.
Yeah, that's right, the AUG, that's what I meant. It's like one of those kangaroo-looking guns. Just has different names.
Oh, pretty nice. Get another pick there. Next sights towards ramp room, just doing a bit of a dance, bit of a two-step. I don't know how many steps he's got left in him though, because he's only got 8 HP. It wasn't pretty, but Huzza's got it done. Soju's going to hold on to this AUG, and after all's said and done, AVANT, they win that eco round. They get 2 on the trot, and they build themselves up a little bit of cash before Chiefs heads into this next gun round. But this is not how Chiefs would have wanted it to go whatsoever. Nope. They most likely would have much rathered get off to that 3-0, 4-0 scoreline lead, get rolling on that CT side, and not have to struggle their way through this half. But I don't think that this game of Nuke is going to be that easy for them.
Perhaps not. Mac, whatever you're trying to do, it's not working.
It's not working?
What is it?
Oh, it's the dictionary's way of pronouncing kangaroo, and it just goes roo.
What?
That's it.
Plants that opening pick. Things are looking a little bit up for Chiefs now. Kick off the round.
Slides his way into secret. What a noise being made right behind him though. By Hugh as well. So Chiefs have invested only Offnu down on the lower site so far. Soju still holding down the fort at ramp. Zeph actually comes to join him. So solid crossfire, expecting AVANT to still power in this position. What's going on? APOC, is he outside Squeaky or is he just in hut? Okay, so if he makes his move at the right moment, the upper site could be found here. One of the 2 in the crossfire at lowers has now been found as well. So that's a pretty decent situation. But now APOC Dud is in the middle of so many crosshairs and he's going down so easily. Again, another round where Chiefs might just start to collapse. Speaking of, dropping down Tetris, backside, he's going to be spotted. That's been communicated. Then APOC comes out hut at the perfect moment to deal with it. This has been a well thought out round by AVANT, and you'll really love to see these. But Zep might be able to fight his way back in.
Well, 2 on 3, and Zeph's got himself the gun, but has given away his position. Blitz very aware of where Zeph is headed, and he's going to... Ooh, is he going to get around the corner okay? Probably not, unless he hits a shot, which doesn't look like he's been able to do. So Blitz dispatches of that head, and now it's just on to Soju to try to save the AUG.
He's doing an okay job of it so far. Lining up those picks with the AUG on the long angles of sight. Nice little shoulder peek, and the 1-beat APOC does get away with his life. Almost goes down there.
Ah, so that's how Offnu fell. That was a sharp one coming out from Hazard. Unfortunately, the jump peak was not the answer that time. Was it a boost on the corner as well? I think that might have been.
Potentially so. Do have the save here, so I thought it was kind of an interesting start to the round. Sterling actually ran out and looked for a pick onto APOC Dud before the smoke bloomed, and there was no actual smoke thrown onto this molly, but he just loses that to APOC Dud and goes down early there.
Yeah, so that was actually a boost down below as we just proceed to see Chiefs get completely shredded apart. Zev can't get too much with the P250 there. Soju's going to go down, just going for the spam battle through the smoke. And he's not going to come out on top in that regard.
Yeah, VAR just rush uppers into a bunch of pistols and win all the aim duels. So good way to win the anti-eco. Mostly avoided that AUG, and they do close out the round quite cleanly. I thought it's quite nice in that round before last how AVANT turned around a disadvantageous situation. They were initially down in that 4-on-5 after losing the AWP duel, and they do manage to swing it around and now win against those pistols and the AUG, moving themselves up to 4-2. So what could have been a good start for Chiefs, it's kind of starting to get thrown in the bin a little bit.
Out of the smokes coming out early for AVANT, and They're just going to come in behind a couple of flashes, but APOC Dud finds that one through. Nice reaction coming through. And that's, again, another man advantage.
Exactly. He's doing a good job with that AWP. AVANT trying to sneak up towards Anix's side, though, and slip into uppers, and they do find that pick there.
APOC Dud again trying to creep through outer. Should not quite get the timing here, or at least should not get away with it. He's snuck into A, but APOC should have got the call from Blitz that APOC Dud has snuck his way in. Maybe he didn't. Maybe Blitz didn't know. And all of a sudden we're back to 2-on-2 and things are starting to look a little bit more interesting than what I expected they would. I thought Blitz would just swing through Anix and get APOC Dud, but that did not happen.
You want to know something funny?
What's funny?
Do you remember when APOC Dud was on the desk with us?
Yeah.
And he said the last place he would like to be on Nuke with the AWP is CT vent?
Yeah.
He's just gone there.
He just went straight into it.
He's just done it. Backed into the corner, but still managed to fight his way out. So against all odds, against his own way of thinking, he's made it work.
Kind of been the standout for Chiefs in my mind. You know, you're looking at Soju, the man's 10-1 or 10-2. But he's, a lot of the time, just kind of been getting exits and stuff. AVANT going to try and pick up the pace and pressure uppers.
Slowed down by those mollies, though, as Zeph fights through the smoke. Outers, he knows the blitz is close, and it's just a matter of moments. Trade could come through. Yeah, that's a freebie. APOC Dud making sure he lines that one up. Still the numbers advantage as AVANT now regroup, decide on where they need to go. Looks like we've got Sterling going up to silo. AVANT trying to retake Outers late, with Humongous making a bit of noise over towards ramp.
AVANT trying to recover this 3-on-5. Already found the pick onto Zeph. Mostly just relies on APOC finding a nice timing here, and he's done just that. Does clear out Anix and now starts to slip under ladder base on a very nice timing here. Won't be spotted out by APOC Dud. This could lure Chiefs into a bit of a false sense of security here. Very easy kill for APOC.
And it's at ramp. Soju can't double it down though, so we're back to the 2-on-2 ramp control. And even maybe lowers coming out for AVANT now as they go straight down, straight away. Chiefs not going for the vent drop initially. Vexite staying silent on his approach with Offnu following.
Open plant for Megaton there, and the molly actually slows down the retake, so with Hugh towards ramp room and Sterling tucked into dark, this could work out well for them.
It's going to be a tough one indeed for Chiefs. Vexite has himself a kit at the very least, so a bit of extra time to play with, but it's a nice crossfire, and Sterling starts well, which he needed to do. He's faked out by the falling body, but it doesn't matter too much. Vexite didn't swing off of the timing, and Sterling wins the 2-on-1, which is essentially what it ended up being.
Yeah, and they actually, it's interesting that they set him up for that. Like, you see, Sterling's actually got the AWP here, and Hugh has the AK, and Hugh's low HP, and after this plant, they swap guns and let Sterling actually take that dark position and set him up in there, and he completes that 1-on-2 with the high HP and the rifle.
Yeah, exactly what you need to be doing. Pretty switched on play. So Chiefs are back to a save. And as you mentioned a little bit earlier, this is not looking too crash hot for Chiefs. AVANT starting to pull ahead. It's not, you know, it's not out there just yet, right? It's not the end of the world, but the sense that you're getting is that AVANT is looking pretty comfortable on the T side of Nuke.
AVANT are also just giving out free haircuts at the moment, just tearing Chiefs apart.
I think similar to Mirage, like I'm getting the same sense where it's like, yeah, Chiefs, they can win like 1 or 2 rounds where they make some good plays and they can look pretty decent. But I think AVANT consistently is kind of looking like the better team. And when they string rounds together, it looks a little bit more effortless. Yes, some of the rounds get a little bit dicey, but then they win a really clean anti-eco or they win a really clean gun round. And I'm not seeing that as much from Chiefs.
It's just like the chemistry and overall coordination looks a little bit better from AVANT.
It should be. They've been together working on things a little bit longer, in theory.
Well, that's a free one initially. APOC just burning to the molly at the end there, but straight out to the upper side they go. Offnu trying to fight from CT vent, but he's going to be traded out straight away. Sterling comes in, finds another to Annex, and that's going to be pretty much the round already. Soju tries to get back in, coming in from heaven, and APOC Dud now just edging back, looking to double over to Hart. AWP on AWP action and misses the sitter. That should have been a freebie, but Sterling hits him with the full punish, and that's 7 on the board for AVANT.
Unfortunate. Well, since Chiefs went up 2-0 with that pistol, it's pretty much all been AVANT, you know. Once we gotten into these gun rounds, it's a bit awkward for AVANT. Unfortunate. Now it's going to be the half buy for Chiefs, who have pretty much got full loss bonus from here, but AVANT's already up 1-0 in the series. Already looking pretty comfortable on this T side. I'd say that they are setting themselves up for the 2-0.
All so far, so good. Chiefs may be able to get in the second, or at least get a few more rounds on the board. But if they don't, then it's looking extremely dangerous, knowing that AVANT's CT side is extremely strong. It could be all over Red Rover. But for now, still, we're only in round 11 for the map. And this pistol round coming out from Chiefs has been, well, unraveled.
Off to an APOC dud. Going to look for a bit of a Hail Mary play here by pushing into lobby. Now up onto the roof. Now back down. It's all over the place, isn't it? Hugh is still watching and waiting, though. And that's all well and good for AVANT, who get themselves up to 8.
That's all for Humongous as well. There's the Eco Ace. Man's fragging up a storm with that one. 5 little confidence boosters.
Premium stat padding. You love to see it.
Truly do.
Well, Chiefs trying to avoid double digits from their opponent on the T side. They're going to have to start winning rounds and winning them cleanly and consecutively, something that they have kind of struggled with in this series, to be honest, except for maybe at certain times on the CT side of Mirage. APOC Dud has once again started off nicely with this pick on the AWP. 1-for-1 in Warehouse for Zeph, but he gets a lot of info for Chiefs. They've got the man advantage. They've got a pretty decent idea of what's happening. They should be able to close this round out.
Sterling manages to thread that on to Soju, who seemingly was playing from up at heaven off Nuke. Nice timing, spots the second and needs to take the opportunity, but has up from that position at Little Blue. Just comes out at the perfect moment. Another found for Sterling. And look, Chief, they had that man advantage, but again, AVANT have just fought their way back. This could be the timing for Vexite, brings it to that 1-1, and Sterling 16 HP, but plenty of time to play with here.
Yeah, but he has to go and collect that bomb. It's not going to be a particularly easy task when he doesn't seem to know exactly where Vexite is. Sure, he could have walked his way out to Warehouse, although looks like Sterling's just about gotten away okay. He'll jump down the ramp. He's fine. Is he going to throw the molly in? No. Oh, this is a big bait. He's going to go straight up to the A-bomb site. Vexite's been taken all the way down. He's taken him for a ride, really. That's really smart, though, for Sterling, because it's not quite safe for him to plant down on B, even if he puts the molly into Megaton and the smoke down on the site. The HP that he's at, Vexite really only has to land a nice little tag, and that'll be the end of Sterling. So very smart indeed. Gets himself up to the A-bomb site, and now a very winnable position for Sterling.
Oh, the one bullet that Sterling needs to land. Does Vexite clear it? He's got a flash, he's got a nade, he's got everything he needs to get back in, but it's the shift walk, the crab walk straight into the crosshair, and Sterling has played Vexite like an absolute fiddle. The round the world back up to A site, planting, and with that Molotov to force him out of vent, back over to secret. Just goes into Squeaky himself to play the perfect line. Sterling, really the hero for the round.
Yeah, and that 4-on-3, unfortunately, I think Chiefs kind of making a few missteps there. Instead of like peeking in towards outside, maybe should have gone and taken that lobby control or something like that. Might have worked out a little better for him. Now back onto the pistols.
Okay.
Huh.
They crunch lobby and they find APOC with his pants down. But in the meanwhile, AVANT's just going to leg it straight into lowers.
Solid protocol. They've got Blitz still lurking, I think, on top of Silo at Outers, so that should be maybe 2 free ones as he comes in from Annex. No, okay, that's a missed opportunity. Another rifle picked up, so man advantage. APOC hidden there at Emo was in the perfect spot. Doesn't go for the defuse just yet as Hugh edges around here on the scaffold. Oh, he just needs to find the timing, and there it is, 1-on-3 now. Can he clutch it?
Oh, he's heard Vexite coming through from the doors, but not aware maybe of Ofnu, who will get it done for the Chiefs. That's a bit of a happy-go-lucky kind of a round for Chiefs. APOC Dud rather, just stuck inside of the little cutout, gets the timing right, gets himself a freebie, couple of nice picks for Chiefs here and there, and Bob's your uncle, isn't that right, Pilski?
My uncle's name's Gavin. And Danny.
Oh, well, that was close.
Oh, Dano. Haven't seen him in a hot minute.
Haven't seen him at all.
How do you know? Pretty close, Dano.
That's the kind of round where, you know, AVANT, they're just feeling a bit too confident, a bit too free-flowy running around there. APOC Darty snuck into a sneaky position. The Pistols have got across the line. Nice opening pick there for Hazard. Let's see if AVANT are going to commit off the back of that and try to push into upper. Seems like the answer is yes. Oh,
and that's going to be a faster approach now. Vexite tries to hold, but he goes down easily. APOC, these entries again are looking so good for the man. Beautiful molly straight onto the vent there. Won't do too much, but even so, it's a two-man advantage. Chiefs, it's going to be hard for them to fight their way back in. Hazard slowly but surely tries to get that bomb plant. Flash under heaven was enough to create that opening for Soju to go for the peak. Finds APOC. Bomb still not planted for AVANT as Soju throws the one way for heaven.
See what he can do with it. He's going to get a molly thrown in his face, and so that's not going to help him out too much. And the resmoke as well for Hazard. So no harm done for AVANT, and Soju unsuccessful with his shenanigans. Still does actually catch Hazard as he walks out onto rafters. And now Sterling's under so much pressure, but Hugh is still alive and he's still going to be fighting it out. Soju, his position known, but Hugh, full HP with only a USP to play with, is not going to have the tenure in the round to get it over and done with for Chiefs and AVANT. They'll fight back.
Another clutch for AVANT. Very nicely done. For anyone who hasn't seen this one way, just chuck it on top of the little bucket there. Yep. And as you can see, the T's who are holding these like hut angles or side angles find it a little bit harder to peek you in heaven. You can one way over the top of it as a CT. And try and look for a fight or something.
Right after that, as you saw that Molotov coming out, so you could see that AVANT were fully prepared for that smoke to come through, because not only the molly went down, but the smoke as well to stop him from coming. However, it's going to be a faster approach over to ramp now, straight on the drop. There's two P90s in play for AVANT. They've taken a page straight out of Art's book from Furia now, and they're looking to make it to the B side as quickly as they possibly can.
Well, I did say that this was something sort of a mental warfare kind of a strategy, and it's not that bad of a gun, but hasn't worked out too well for AVANT this time. Two players remaining, and looks like it'll be 1-0 in just a second. Well done by Ofnu to clean up the final round of the half, but it's only 5 for Chiefs on their CT side of Nuke. So AVANT are looking comfortable to finish off with the 2-0. And what are those shoes?
Certain place or a town, feeling safe, feeling sound when I'm still around. I feel something in the distance. I wanna know what it's like. Don't worry, I'm still with you all the time. Explain myself, don't hold it against me if I'm somewhere else. Put all the masks that I had on the shelf. Wish I could stay, but it's bad for my head. Something's coming. I wanna be everything I thought that I would be. Build me up, ease my pace. Figuring out my voice, and maybe can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. It's just I never thought you were sitting next to me. I don't understand. It's just I never seen you smile. You wanna make out, give me a second. It's just you never.
Another 10-5 scoreline for AVANT, and this time on their own map choice. It was not quite enough to get over the line with a clean victory on Mirage, but so far things are also looking pretty solid on Nuke, and one would have to say that this is definitely AVANT's series to lose from here.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I think moving on to a very, very comfortable map pick for them, and even on to Dust 2, you'd probably be backing them to win this series. Mirage was really the question mark. That's a map that's been a little bit up and down for AVANT in the past. But unfortunately, as they won that in OT, that's put a lot of onus on Chiefs to sort of recover on two maps that you would say they're quite comfortable on as well. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, when they started out CT side and they've got 10-5, you're not feeling too confident about their chances. And I think AVANT has just been the team that's been a bit more consistent, stringing gun rounds together a little bit more fluidly.
Yeah, for sure. See how they go in this second half, though, and whether or not Chiefs can get a fairly important pistol round to, you know, give them a little bit more room to work with. You already spotting on out. I think you might have seen the head of Zeph there.
I agree entirely.
It's good to hear.
Ooh. Well, there's the first headshot found. Zeph doing some really good work. Now as the Juicy Chiefs manage to slide their way into Secret. Early rotation coming out from both Sterling and APOC. Now just trying to get into solid position. That's going to be a nice crossfire. Attention drawn. APOC just needs to hunt the headshot. It's only going to be a 1-for-1. Well, 2-for-2 in the end as Blitz comes in a little bit late over towards ramp. But still, Chiefs, they're not out of the round just yet.
No, certainly not, and they might even be going up and away, up to the A-bomb site. Blitz and Hazza are going to have a much longer rotate coming through from the ramp side. So one plant goes down.
Hazza's still got a smoke and a kit though, so if he's able to get onto that site, isolate one of those angles, he's actually going to use it as the one-way again on top of that bucket there.
But he's gone for the creative approach to throw it anyway. Makes his way in. Looks like it's the full wrap coming out for Offnu as well. So this is going to be so hard to deal with. Soju just needs to buy some extra time for this flank to come through. AVANT, they've cleared out lobby. They know it has to be Annex or Squeaky rather. They're going to be sitting. And the defuse is going to be stuck. It comes through perfectly. Offnu just takes that half second too long. And that's the round. AVANT, just stick the defuse. Okay.
Pros don't fake.
They certainly do not. Was it because the one-way smoke was still kind of there, or?
I don't know if that was
they just
a
did
factor.
it. They realised that there's no one on this site. Like, yeah, they're either playing in lobby towards Squeaky side or Hut side. If it's not a plant for Hut, or they're wrapping around. If they're playing in Hut or they're wrapping around, it's going to be quite hard for them to contest that plant. So as long as they stick it and hold Annex, you know, it should work out for them. I like the approach from AVANT, to be honest. Just kind of calling the bluff. Now the force buy-in from Chiefs, though.
What Hazard did was look into the silo and turn his head away, so it wasn't just a one-tap for Soju as he swung from Annex.
Gotta get your head down.
Gotta get your head
Protect your head.
Get a helmet.
Like Mac. And a drill.
I need one on the daily.
What's the drill for?
Well, that's a question that'll never be answered.
Oh, there you go. Jordan's been playing tanks with you, trying to teach you about penetrating or something like that.
Capola.
He just told me I was the drill sergeant, so I assumed I needed the drill for that.
Ah, true.
Molly to corner. Bit of action at ramp now as we do see ramp taken by Chiefs. Okay, so force by working out pretty well. Two-man advantage, but for how long? Q coming around the corner. That's going to be a nice headshot. Zeph on the trade. Great spacing coming out for Chiefs to allow these trades to come through, but it's Hazza who finds the lurker. Vexite's down, and now there's still a chance for AVANT, but It's going to take a lot from them.
Really resting on the shoulders of Blitz, who does have to win this aim duel going into Megaton. It is against Offnu, and Blitz managing to get that done without even losing a tick of HP. Now another that he'll have to deal with. It's Apoc Dud on the catwalk. Hasn't even been spotted yet. Apoc Dud is just biding his time. When's he going to peek? Now, finally, as Zeph gets into an engagement, does Apoc Dud decide to go?
He just stood there. He never got cleared.
Relax. He's just chilling, man.
Chilling, thrilling, you know, killing.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Rap or
Spilling orange juice on the floor.
what did Mum think about that?
Not happy.
Hmm.
Was she killing you afterwards?
I mean, I'm still alive, so...
Oh, just a bit of a grilling then.
Yeah, just a grilling.
Mm. Forced buy in from AVANT after losing their forced buy against the opponent.
Well, rounds like that certainly filling me with confidence as Hugh just plays around Annex. Now Sterling looks to take contact here from Heaven. With that scout, he's dangerous, but Zeph, he's got a bit of extra caliber behind that AK. However, Sterling, again, just hunting heads.
Yeah, I mean, the approach that Chiefs is going for seems to be not so good against the scout. You know, they smoked off Windows here, they smoked off Annex, but that's allowed Sterling to get a couple shots off, but they still have a man disadvantage here, Avant.
They're just looking to close the distance as best they can. Another body shot onto Apoc. Soju finished off pretty freely now as Vexite doubles back, knows that Blitz is probably going to be looking for that weapon. And that's going to be a relatively clean round. 2 AKs remaining. Still a MAC-10 in the hands of Apoc Dud. And just 4 in the lead. So solid start to that T side for Chiefs after losing the pistol.
Yeah. Second time they've lost that second half pistol against Avant. Can be quite hard to recover from that sometimes, but contrary to what we saw on Mirage, Chiefs have recovered a lot quicker. Getting that force buy win straight across the line, and now they've dealt with their opponent's force buy, now into the anti-eco. They should be going pretty close to double digits here.
Okay, a bit of a lobby, or ramp push rather, more so than a lobby crunch, and that's going to be the first found to Soju. Rifle retrieved. This is potential for danger territory as Hugh gets another bink off. Good damage for his life, but still it's back to the 4-on-4.
Yeah, I mean, this is still workable, though, for Avant, like you mentioned. Good damage to a couple of the Chiefs players, and as of yet, they haven't even got the bomb plant down. Apoc's on the catwalk. He's got himself an AK. This can go horribly wrong for Chiefs. Vexite already down, and Apoc has so many angles that he can really play from. The backup of Blitz as well. The crossfire is good. It's starting to work now for Avant, and Blitz, an AK in hand as well, does some substantial damage, but can't hang on to the kill onto Apoc Dud.
Bombs on the catwalk. They've got to retrieve that. That's going to be tricky.
Has up, peeking solid, just drawing some attention. Now Sterling goes down the vent, he's spotted. Now they realize the upper site is empty, but still the bomb. It's hard to retrieve here. Apoc done 1 bullet from the grave.
No way!
Found. Oh, Hazza, he could do it. Needs to go for the reload, jumps away, needs to play with the time. Bomb still down. He's got the objective in his hand, and he's played it like a fiddle. Avant send it to a 5-round lead off the back of nothing.
Damn. Money's a bit cooked for Chiefs. Hazza has red hair. 2% of the population have red hair. Mac also has red hair.
Yo, we got 2 rangers on the desk. Represent. Yes.
I have a red beard. Does that count?
I guess.
You're full ranger.
Am I?
Yeah.
Nah, that's brown. I have 1 red hair in my beard.
You don't have a beard.
Comes out of this mole.
Nice.
The rang...
My dad's also got red hair, and he's the leader of his guild in WoW, so there you go.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty sick.
So I guess all rangers are just elite gamers.
This is a good guild.
Pretty true.
Would your dad like to play World of Tanks with us?
He's more of a World of Warcraft
I
kind of
know
guy.
a lot of World of Tanks dads.
He used to play Half-Life Deathmatch.
Who else is a sharp ranger in our scene? I know Doris. He's a bit of a ginger ninja himself.
Someone's going to be really disappointed when we don't remember them.
Yeah, probably.
Well, Chiefs is on an eco, so you guys have a bit more time to think about it.
2D. He's got a lot of red hair.
It's an Annex split from Chiefs on the pistols. Doesn't seem to be going fantastic for them. Steph has found a pick with the P250, but I'm assuming that's probably going to be about it.
Ooh, rough situation. Made a little bit worse.
Well, that should have been Chiefs closing the scoreline gap. They were down, after going down like 11-5, they won that force buy, and then they lost against an Eco. So unfortunately now they're kind of in the similar position to Mirage, where they have to try to complete a pretty strenuous comeback. And Soju's only got a deagle, so that's going to make things a little bit more difficult. See what the go is for Chiefs. First gun round out. Like outside wall of smoke. Most of them committing to that. Soju's unfortunately lost his life in towards lobby there, and AVANT's got a lot of info over there. HE nade, pretty decent. Does a bit of chunk of damage there.
Good util. And AVANT with a pretty large advantage, all things considered, already in the round. Early rotation to lowers APOC. He's just going to be playing from the corner of the rafters here.
Well, has been good.
Nice boost again. You see that coming out to clear the stairs. The scope certainly has been heard by AVANT and communicated. It's still a slow and thorough approach as Chiefs hit the minute mark. Yeah, it's the double stack on lowers now as well. Hazes here.
Yeah, crossfire between this spot and the catwalk is going to be quite hard for Chiefs to deal with. Mostly clearing out windows. Let's see how they go with it.
Slow and steady wins the race for Chiefs, but I think they're going to win the race right now because they do need to get some rounds on the board, and this is going to have to be one of them. Zeph deals with APOC nicely. 1 for 1 for Hazard, which puts us back to an even position. AVANT really have to rotate down to the B site now.
Oh, nice. Sharp shot coming out from Hugh. And AVANT, solid positions to go for the retake. Late approach coming out from Sterling. Still silent here at Mega as the other two start to make a whole lot of noise. Zeph, it's a 1 for 1 for him, and now it's all up to APOC Dud to clutch it here from Emo. Could be worried about coming from above. It's Sterling again, just starts to make some noise now. Flash comes through APOC. He's going to be hidden in the corner. Molly forces him out, and Sterling deals with it perfectly, and he does have a kit. He gets on the bomb just in time. As AVANT, they're going to send us to 14 rounds now, just 2 rounds away from taking the series here in the lower bracket and not dropping a map.
Yeah, it's looking like it should be a comfortable win for AVANT on Nuke. One of the shenanigans that Chiefs were able to throw in on Mirage.
Well, buy-in here for Chiefs. Have to go down to Umps and Galils, and not the greatest utility. Zeph's got no head armor against the M4s. That's definitely not ideal. And it's going to be a quick one straight into upper.
All the way out. Nothing here to defend. However, Blitz and Hazard come in from heaven at the right moment. It's going to be the Molly to force them back. And even though they've lost 2 players already, Chiefs, they're going to give their best effort to try to get back in the game from this, even though they're 2-man down. Flash in. AVANT looking to retake in from heaven. 3 men coming from this direction. Vexite in the corner. This is going to be so deadly for the CTs, but it's a 2 for 2. Now it's up to Zeph to try to clutch it. AK in hand. 1v3 lineups there. He realizes Blitz is making his way through the smoke, but Zeph, he's backed away to Tetris. Has a nice angle to play here. Does Blitz check it? He's very thorough. Worried about CT event, and there it is.
Wow.
1v3 and the 4K for Zeph to keep Chiefs in the game.
Well, that's what happens when you line up. And Chiefs, they survive another round. But survive is truly the way to put it. It was a 3-on-1. I mean, a 4-on-1 even, really. So, you're not going to be able to get through those every day of the week.
Yeah, that's really not a round that Chiefs had any business winning. But big individual play from Zeph keeps them in contention. Will be attack pause here for Chiefs. As for AVANT, they've got a lot of room to work with. I think they're going to realize that, hey, that was a bit of a missed round that ended up in a clutch. Probably still feeling relatively comfortable to close this game out. All purchased in by Sterling. It looks like it will be a force buy here for AVANT. If they win this round, they will break Chiefs' money because Zeph was the only player left surviving in that last round.
Looks like it's the fast approach again towards uppers, but cancelled, slowed down. Chiefs not on the full commitment. Double push over towards ramps. Now APOC done, ready for someone to be in the corner, but it's going to be the Famous tearing him apart. No way, they win like this. Avant, they've just crunched on him, 4 alive, and it's the 32nd round again.
Bye.
Oh my god, where'd it go?
Look at Chiefs' money. Just all 2 to 3K. Absolutely cooked.
Avant just wants to give us some time to eat dinner in the halftime break.
Seems like it.
Between series 1
What are
and
we
2.
ordering?
Good guy Avant.
What about? You know, I'm feeling some Maccas, boys.
I'm feeling
Guzman!
like a bit of a succulent Chinese meal myself.
Oh,
Ooh.
yes.
Maybe.
Get your hand off my headset.
Oh yeah. You playing with fire there, mate. I see you know your judo well.
I do. 15-8. And it might well be 16-8 here as well, because Blitz is in such a good spot to shut that push down. Gets a double before dropping, but that's all the info in the world that Avant needs, and they slowly start to encroach on the positions of Chiefs. They're looking to knock them out of ESL Pro League Season 12, and it might just be a second before that happens. APOC is fittingly the one to get it done, and that is 2-0.